Hello, this is Joanna, and I wanted to talk in this little video about my new book, which is that's a little bit of improvisation, because I didn't plan that book. I wrote if I'm counting my poems, I wrote 10 books in a row, right? I've been working on them for the last years, and I'm illustrating them, and I'm going to publish them on Amazon soon. Now, this book, it was not planned. It's comparative grammar of 5 or 6 with Polish languages, and it has to be practical, so that's a practical grammar. Now, what happened? I'm Joanna Choluj, and as you know, or maybe you don't know me, you just don't know me. So I'm a teacher, language teacher. Basically, that's where I come from. My first studies were Polish philology. Then I did English and French teaching, basically languages, but that was also philology. So the studies about languages. So I have been all my life interested in languages, basically in words, because I'm a poet also and a writer. I write also other stuff like stories for adults and children. So I've been interested in words, but also in images. That's why I'm interested also in archetypes, and I'm an artist. I'm drawing, I do some graphics. I'm illustrating my books. All right, so I am also a mother. I've got 2 children, 2 sons, and they are they are homeschooled. I'm homeschooling them, but I'm not only helping them to learn whatever they have to for school, because we've got exams in Poland. I'm teaching them languages. Now, we started from 1, then 2, 3, and now we've got 5 languages. Every day is another language plus Polish. So I just one day said, that's impossible. First, I wrote Polish grammar. It's like 2 volumes and each 300 pages, and I'm going to publish it soon on Amazon, because I thought it has to be a simpler way to explain Polish grammar. But then I thought, now what about languages? There must be a way to do some kind of comparisons. 5 languages, with Polish it's 6, so I cannot explain everything separately. There must be some kind of connections. And I thought, why not write about it? It doesn't have to be a big grammar such as this Polish grammar. I thought, let's write a small book, a practical book, and let's just have an experiment, because it's very difficult. Nobody did it really. There are comparative grammars, but that's very academic studies. It's not really available for everybody. You can buy that, but it's not really readable. It's not very legible. I mean, it's difficult to understand. It's not practical, I would say. And I want to do something practical, and even so practical that I could explain that to children. My son is 12 years old. So I thought, let's try to do it. And I'm going to use, I just wrote the introduction. I'm going to use the structure from the Polish grammar. What does it mean? Polish books are usually very classical, the Polish grammars, I noticed, and they are in a way full. They change it now, but all the books which are old Polish grammar books, they are quite a little bit like Sanskrit grammar books and a little bit like Latin, but very full. It means that a Polish grammar book usually will present the whole grammar, meaning the whole stuff. Like you will have the whole picture, but you will also have each part of like the creation of a speech, right? And it will be in order. And I want to put it in order because sometimes you don't have it in order. Like you take a Latin grammar book or any other, and sometimes it's, to me, sorry to say it, but to me it's like upside down. How can you first take care of, conjugations, meaning talk about verbs like in Latin books, and then you talk about phonetics, for example? That's upside down to me. So in my book, we will have the spiral, but first it will be the first image, the first chapter. It will be about languages generally, meaning language generally, it means that it will be, the mic is fine, it will be about language families. So basically I will tell you that Polish is Slavic, and what does it mean, what type of language it is, so what family it is. And I will tell you also about different ideas of families, because it changed, and linguists change their ideas. Even the language families change. So I will tell a little about that, and why languages differ. But then in the next chapter, it will be second, I will talk about the smallest part, and then small, then bigger, and then I will talk about texts. Not much, but still. And the smallest part is phonetics. Everything starts with sounds or letters. And that's how it's usually put in old Polish grammar books. But maybe because I've seen like French books, it was the same. It just changed recently. I don't know why. But Latin books tend to put verb at first. I don't think so. Verb is the first. The sounds are first. So phonetics, then you've got morphology, like how do you create words, then how the words differ. If you have the sentence or two words, when they want to coexist, they must have some glue. So they have to coexist somehow, and it's called, it depends, inflations or maybe some prepositions. Words differ in different ways. So you can have verbs which have their table systems, how you differ the words to say that it's a he or she or I. Sometimes they don't. It depends on the language, and nouns also differ, so on. And then bigger, right? So expressions, sentences, and texts. And that's how I will put it. It's quite simple. I think it's simple, but that's not all the books do like that. Okay, so I'm just talking 8 minutes. I thought it would be 6. So if you've got any ideas, you can just put in comments all this, because I'm just writing that book. And I'm just thinking whether I will do it for all 6 languages. Oh, well, yeah. French, English, German, Russian, Spanish, and Polish, right? That's it. But first, probably I will do it for Polish, French, and English. Right. That's it from me. There will be other videos about that. Bye-bye. Joanna. And at the end, believe in yourself and keep your internal fire alive.